What's good, y'all? Obviously, this one is for my wrestling fans, but today we speaking on my WrestleMania 41 predictions. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, first, we're going to start off with the triple threat match between CM Punk, and let's not forget, he has the wise man, Paul Heyman, in his corner, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns, the tribal chief. Now, I ain't going to hold you. CM Punk is taking the W. Now, who's going to take the pin? Seth Rollins. And I'm going to tell you why. Seth Rollins is going to take that L because he's the main one that has, like, the whole, like, back and forth with CM Punk. You understand what I'm saying? Roman Reigns now has a reason to because of Paul Heyman, but there's, you know what I mean, it's a little bit deeper than that. Pause. We're going to get into that a little later. Why Seth Rollins is going to be the one taking that L. Now, next we got LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu for the WWE United States Championship. Now, me personally, I think that Jacob Fatu is going to dog walk this motherfucking LA Knight, like, straight like that. I ain't going to hold you. The only way I see LA Knight taking the W is if they end up turning him heel for some reason and he wins in a cowardly way, which is highly unlikely right now. So, I do see Jacob Fatu winning that championship. And clean, might I add. I don't think that there's going to be any interference from the Bloodline 2.0. Now, next, we got El Grande Americano versus Rey Mysterio. Now, we all know that this is Chad Gable, you know what I mean? The tattoo was exposed and everything. We know, you know what I mean? Plus, you can tell by the body, pause. But I honestly think that they're going to give Rey Mysterio the W simply because Rey Mysterio is a legend. They wanted to have a reason to put him on the WrestleMania card. He doesn't have any feuds, anything like that for real, so that's the reason why. Now, if Chad Gable, for some reason, is able to win, it's going to be in a cowardly fashion just to build him to be more of a credible heel. But I honestly am going to ride with Rey Mysterio on this one, pause. I think he's going to take the W. Next, we got Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair for the WWE Women's Championship. Now, me personally, I want Tiffany Stratton to win. I want it to be Tiffy time, you know what I mean? I want her to retain her championship. But the fact that Charlotte Flair has got this go-home heat, the company doesn't seem like they're seeing it as go-home heat. They just looking at it like, oh, she's just a professional. She's just a really great heel. In reality, and this is no disrespect to Charlotte, we are tired of her same old shtick. You know what I mean? We're sick of the bullshit with her. We're tired of it. So it's really go-home heat. We don't want to see her. We don't want her to win. You know what I mean? At least I know I don't want her to win. So I think the company's going to take that as like her being a good heel and just give it a W. When, in fact, Tiffy should retain. Next, we got main event Jey Uso versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, me personally, I want Jey Uso to win. You know what I mean? He deserves to win. Now, is he the best fucking wrestler in the world? No. You know what I mean? He's not. But the motherfucker connects with the fans, B. He connects with the WWE universe. You understand what I'm saying? He deserves it. He has all the charisma in the world. You understand what I'm saying? With that being said, we need to push Jimmy Uso too. You see what I'm saying? But this is about Jay. And me personally, I feel like he has to win this because if he doesn't win, it's literally going to be Triple H versus Booker T at WrestleMania 19 all over again. And shit, a lot of motherfuckers, especially me, has not forgotten that. And it's been years. So I'm going to say this. Do the right thing, Trips. Do the right thing. Right your wrongs, motherfucker. Because you know Book was supposed to win that championship and you didn't let him go over. Pause. So do right by Jay. Do right by us. Now, next, we got Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Now, me personally, I think Jade is going to take the W because they want Jade to look strong, you know what I mean? And Naomi's a great worker. She's super athletic. She's a veteran. She knows what's going on in the ring, you know what I mean? She has great in-ring ability. So they're going to let Naomi kind of carry Jade, you know what I mean, to a good win. You see what I'm saying? To make her look credible, to make her look stronger, to build her up. While Naomi builds on her heel, you know what I mean? Like her heel persona, you see what I'm saying? So expect to see Naomi do some cowardly, you know, dastardly things in the ring, you know what I mean? Next, we got the New Day versus the War Raiders for the World Tag Team Championships. Now, me personally, I feel like the New Day should take this win because it's going to build them up to be more credible heels. It's like they've been heels and they're doing a decent job, but they're not getting the eyes that they need on them right now. You know what I mean? It's like they're just there. So if they win the tag team championship, it's going to build more credibility, especially if they do it in a ruthless or cowardly way. It'll make them more credible as a heel tag team. And y'all may not believe me on this one. I know I may be bugging a little bit, but I truthfully believe that Big E is going to return, whether he's as a manager for the New Day or he's going to return part-time, wrestling in the ring, something. But I do believe, for whatever reason, Big E is going to show up for the New Day. Now let's get to the second card. Next, we have the Women's Tag Team Championship match. Now, this one right here is a no-brainer. It's obvious. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, they are retaining with no problem, with ease. Because what the fuck is Bayley even doing in a tag team? I'm not even going to hold you. She is a single star. She does not belong in a tag team. They just threw that shit together. So there's no way in hell that they're going to win those tag team titles. There's a slim chance that they do it just cause, but it just doesn't make much sense. You see what I'm saying? So Liv and Raquel is retaining. Now, next, we got AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. Now, don't get me wrong. Logan Paul's going to put on a good match. He's going to put up a great fight. But AJ Styles deserves that W. There's no way in hell AJ Styles should be losing on the grandest stage of them all to Logan Paul. No disrespect to him. But AJ Styles is a fucking veteran. He's a legend in the making. You understand what I'm saying? A future Hall of Famer. This man is taking the W. Next, we got Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre in the Sin City street fight. Now, me personally, Drew McIntyre is taking the W. He deserves it. He's already angry at the fact that he doesn't have a built-up real feud for Wrestlemania. It's like, Drew is a guy you want to keep. He's a hard worker. He's a credible heel. He's a good guy. You know what I mean? A hard worker. So, I believe that they're going to give Drew that W at, like, you know what I mean? At least for his fucking troubles. Truthfully, if Damian Priest takes the W, I don't really see that going well with morale for Drew McIntyre. You know what I mean? I think that he's going to be super upset. Now, next, we got the Fatal 4-Way match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship between Penta, the champion Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio. Now, me personally, call me crazy, say stupid, whatever, I don't care, right? I'm rocking with Dominic Mysterio. I think Dirty Dom is going to take the W in this one. Now, hear me out. He's going to pin Finn Balor. Braun Breaker's not going to be pinned to keep him looking strong. Neither is Penta because he's, you know, new to the WWE. They want him to keep looking strong. He's a fan favorite, if you will, right? Finn Balor's the only one hanging in the balance. Pause, right? They're going to have Dominic Mysterio be the one to sneakily pin Finn Balor, especially with their little problems that they have within the Judgment Day and stuff like that. Finn Balor looking like he's ready to do a face turn. He's tired of being heel. Dominic Mysterio looking like he's the damn leader of the Judgment Day, which he should be, in my opinion. So, yeah, man, it's looking like that, you know what I mean? Because it's going to keep Braun Breaker looking strong, as well as Penta, who's a fan favorite. And like I said, it'll give Finn Balor a reason to turn babyface again and leave the Judgment Day for good. Next, we got the triple threat match between Bianca Belair, Io Sky, who's the champion, and Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. Now, truthfully, I think that Bianca Belair is going to take the W simply because it just makes the most sense. You see what I'm saying? She's kind of giving like a little heel turny like vibes or whatever the case is. So I believe her having a championship will make her be a little bit more hated. You know what I mean? If and when she does turn heel. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Io Sky. She's talented. I'm not the biggest fan of her. You know what I mean? She's a little mid sometimes. But, right, she is talented. I recognize that. But she seems like a placeholder for the belt right now. You know what I mean? That's the vibe I got. You know what I mean? And then Rhea Ripley, she dropped the belt pretty much for no reason if she wins. It doesn't make much sense. So I do see, Io probably taking the pin and Bianca taking the W. Plus, the company's pretty high on Rhea, so I don't really see them letting Rhea take the pin, you know what I mean? Unless it's like in a cowardly way, you know what I mean? Now, lastly, we have the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes versus John Cena for the undisputed WWE Championship, right? Cody Rhodes being the champion. Now, I honestly see Cody retaining, and here's why, right? Because it's going to help John Cena build more of his villain arc, if you will. It'll keep him around a little bit more, you see what I'm saying? Like for that chase for 17. But just to keep Cody Rhodes looking strong and John Cena looking strong, you know what I mean, in their own little way, I feel that Cody Rhodes is going to win based off interference. The Rock and him is going to come out there, but then maybe Stone Cold comes out and then confronts The Rock like we were supposed to get last year at WrestleMania. I think that that's what's going to happen, you see what I'm saying? But, right, toward the whole ending, this is where Seth Rollins comes back into it, right? Seth Rollins is going to literally turn heel. He's going to fuck Cody Rhodes up too, you know what I mean? Or he's going to interrupt the match or something like that, and DQ happens. Cody Rhodes keeps the belt, but now we know Seth Rollins is aligned with The Rock. He sold out too with John Cena, and they're all like this big fucking heel faction or some shit like that, right? Because remember, Seth Rollins keeps trying to warn everybody, and it's like when things don't go Seth Rollins' way, he turns the other cheek. He goes the other way. You know what I'm saying? So I think that Seth is going to interfere in this match some way, somehow. But I do think that it's going to end up favoring Cody, where Cody keeps the belt, but he gets his ass whipped. Now, as far as Randy Orton goes with his whole open challenge thing, I do believe that it'll probably either be a return of superstar, right? Or a new superstar coming into the game, you know what I mean, that's new to WWE. Maybe like a Rey Fenix or somebody like that. That's just my, just a little toss out there, possibly, right? But my money would be on Solo Sikoa. I think that maybe Randy Orton will fight Solo Sikoa. Maybe this would be like a rite of passage to kind of get Solo's momentum back, his mojo back, if you will. You see what I'm saying? Because Solo kind of like died down a little. He kind of really got chill. It's like Jacob Fatu like kind of stole his thunder, you know what I mean? But, hey, that's just my prediction. That's my thoughts. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know if y'all agree, disagree in the comments, whatever, you know what I mean? We out.